I'm Simone, one of the founders of Motif and a YA fantasy writer. In this tutorial, we'll be covering how to use our freeform storyboards. I'm going to be showing you both an example from A Christmas Carol as well as one of my own works to kind of just give you a sense of all of the possibilities that these storyboards can give you. So let's jump right in. In this first project, this is A Christmas Carol. You can see that we have the Write tab, the Plan tab, and the Research tab. Today, we're going to be working in the Plan tab. So over here, we have both storyboards and story elements. In our storyboards, this is a free-form board. So basically what that means is that we can drop squares, we can write text, and edit it. Let me make it larger. And so one of the things that we've done for this one is created an example of a plot line or a plot in the 3-act structure with A Christmas Carol, with Act 1, beginning, inciting incident, obstacles, etc., all the way through Act 3 with the resolution. So you can use this storyboard in basically any way you want because it's just text and boxes and lines, basically however you want to make it. But I'm going to show you a couple more ideas for you that you can use to plot your story or just keep track of different things in your story. So not everyone wants to follow a 3-act structure. Another common one I've seen people use is basically these plot lines kind of laying out the different character arcs or subplots in a story in a vertical format. So here we have Ebenezer's plot arc in a vertical form, as well as the Cratchit family's arc and an arc on social commentary in A Christmas Carol. And this can just help you kind of keep track of what you are writing about in your story, whether you want to just jot notes here, dump in images or other things. It's a really useful place to just kind of keep track of different plot points and pieces of your story. But I'm also going to show you how I use it personally in one of my works in progress. So we'll jump back here. This is my personal dashboard. So you'll see a few test projects here, as well as a couple of the projects I'm working on. One of the projects I'm working on is a young adult fantasy novel. There's a lot of history in this novel. So what I've done here is created a timeline of my fantasy world and characters. So I can just kind of keep track of all those like different plot points that happen before my story actually begins. I've also used our freeform storyboards to create character maps. So if I want to map the relationships between all of my different characters, my main characters have a large extended family. So sometimes it's hard for me to remember all those names and how they fit together. So when I want to keep track of that, the freeform storyboards is where I do it. I'll also draw lines pointing to different things like love interests and villains, just so I can keep track of all of the names happening in my story and how they all interconnect with each other. So that basically covers the freeform storyboards, but we're going to just show you how you can do a little bit of writing here. So you can add a box, you can add text inside it, you can create arrows that point to different things. You can do a freeform drawing if you want. And if you ever work on iPads, you can actually use Motif on your iPad. And if you have an iPad pencil, you can use a pencil to draw in this as well. So if you're someone who likes to kind of sketch things out a little bit, this is a space where you can do that. You can also upload images. So I'm just going to drop in my little Motif background here. And you can also erase. So if I want to erase part of these things, I can. And that basically covers all of the freeform storyboard. You can zoom in and out as needed. So you'll see that my timeline gets like kind of small. And you can also just move things around when you need as well. If you ever have any trouble with freeform storyboards, always feel free to reach out to us at help@meetmotif.com.